Hello, it's Kurduk from Kurduk Studio here, and welcome to the second part of the Playtest showcase video. Sorry guys, last time I posted without music, but realized it later, this time no such failure. And if you're enjoying the series so far, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit like and subscribe, it helps a lot and keeps Phantom Kisser happy. Now, let's start. So last time I finished in the office, and that's exactly where we'll take over today. After the terminal minigame is cracked, you can leave the building, though not so fast, as there is this gentleman who will be waiting for you. I also decided to save some walk-ins specifically for this chapter, as it's quite restrictive on where the player can go anyway, which of course won't be the case after the prologue chapter. So, after taking a taxi home, you'll appear in your apartment right away, meaning you won't need to go all the way back again. At home, our protagonist will have some thoughts and dismiss the worry, though not for long, as at night we'll have to make a decision on how to proceed. A very important note here, this particular decision is not really a decision in a way that affects anything in the game. I have my thoughts on how to use it and won't express them here for now, as you'll be able to find it out yourself during the demo, of course if I implement it. Now, here's the thing. In the last video, I said that I should have a word about the playtest by now. The thing is, it hasn't started yet, as I decided to implement a fairly new scene with some changes right before serving the build for playtest, which crashed the build. By the way, that's what was before, and here's what you'll see now. The problem, which I already addressed, was that the non-development build was crashing due to one minor issue, which wouldn't crash dev mono builds or show up while checking the flow through the editor. Nevertheless, a few words on runner levels. You'll have those at some points during the game. They're really added to diversify the gameplay, and I'm thinking of enhancing them further. Though so far it's literally the guy running, and the only two things you can do here are jump over and slide under objects. Don't hesitate to put your thoughts on it in the comments on how you'd like to see such levels, that would be quite interesting. So, you'll end up in Zone 4. Here specifically for this level I decided to introduce the broken screen, as the protagonist ends up in a crash. The thing is, you actually won't be able to select anything on your device's screen. You can still see some of it, but nothing will really work. I think that's quite cool, but again, I'd appreciate your thoughts on it in the comments. Now, I won't be showing everything from here, as that would leave no room for exploration, but the general idea is that you'll have to find some help, given the situation, and sometimes help comes from not so obvious sources. By the way, another thing I really wanted to include before the demo is this animation. You'll have some way blocks appear during the prologue chapter on the streets in Zone 4, so I wanted to diversify the outcome if the player tries to breach one of them. Some way blocks are just blocks though. Another thing I wanted to touch on here, while working towards the playtest release, I also decided to include light flickering on the streets in Zone 4. At the end of the day, it's pretty much an abandoned area of the platform, so I believe it contributes to the overall atmosphere. That concludes the prologue chapter showcase. Now, as I said earlier, I didn't include everything in the showcase, as that would erase all the fun completely, so you'll still have things to explore. For instance, you'll come across the shop. I'd really appreciate your thoughts on the game so far based on this showcase. Have a very nice day, night, or whichever time of the day it is for you now, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.